Hello students. In the topic modes of transmission of communicable diseases, today we are going to discuss the another three modes of transmission. First is waterborne, second is foodborne, and lastly vector-borne. So first we are going to talk about the waterborne diseases. So the waterborne diseases, mainly they are infectious. These are infectious diseases, can be transmitted via contaminated water. Waterborne diseases are any illness caused by drinking water contaminated by urine and feces of infected animal or people which contain pathogenic microorganisms. So mainly by fecal oral route. Waterborne diseases spread by contamination of drinking water system, also with the runoff from landfills, septic fields, sewage, that means the drainage water, if the drainage water mix with the normal drinking water, residential or industrial waste. So not only by the pathogenic microorganisms, also by some chemicals, toxins that are coming from the land, sewage, residential area or industrial waste. It also can contaminate the drinking water system. Now the diseases caused by drinking polluted water, mainly all types of waterborne diseases we have talked about in our previous biology sessions: cholera, giardia, hepatitis, diarrhea, typhoid. So what are the main symptoms? Human symptoms for waterborne illnesses ranges from fever to malaise to the better known gastrointestinal symptoms such as diarrhea and stomach aches. Now, most waterborne illnesses cause abdominal discomfort, fever, vomiting, diarrhea. Symptoms are more severe for people with weakened immune system and can lead to death. We all know that those person having the weakened immune system, they are prone to almost all types of diseases. Now, what are the preventive measures of these waterborne diseases? First of all, hygiene education, because poor hygienic practices only lead to the fecal oral route of contamination. Good nutrition, then also immune system can work properly. Good sanitation system, because from the open sanitation only the disease can spread. Water related issues should be addressed immediately. Public health infrastructure is the utmost important to control outbreak. Avoid contacting soils that may be contaminated with fishes. That can be possible when there is not good sanitation. There is poor sanitation and the fishes can contaminate the soil, and this soil runoff can come to the drinking water system, mix with the drinking water system, and from there it can come to our body. Do not defecate outdoors. Always defecation should be done in closed system, not in open system. Wash or sanitize our hands before eating. While traveling to places with poor sanitation, avoiding contaminated water. Next is foodborne diseases. The diseases that is caused by the ingestion of contaminated food. Contamination can be possible by the pathogenic microorganisms or by the presence of toxins, chemicals in the food. So foodborne diseases is any diseases resulting from the consumption of contaminated food, pathogenic bacteria, viruses or parasites that contaminate food, as well as chemical or natural toxins such as poisonous mushrooms. So here also not only pathogenic microorganisms, also by the presence of chemicals or different types of toxins can cause foodborne illnesses. So causes of foodborne illness: food from unsafe sources, inadequate cooking, because if you not cook in proper temperature, the germs will not be eliminated or killed. Contaminated equipment means if the cooking or eating utensils or the things are not properly washed, if it is contaminated, the disease can be caused by that way. Poor personal hygiene, not washing the hands properly when you are cooking, handling food or eating. So the food from the unsafe sources means you know that outside of our home, so many vendors are there who are selling the food in very unsafe way. Means they are not washing their hands when they are handling the food. They are keeping the foods in open places, means all the dirt, dust, particles are there. Flies are sitting, not covering the food properly. So these mainly are the unsafe sources, and also they are using so many types of chemicals, additives to make the food attractive. So it is better not to take the outside food from these unsafe sources. Now, sick students should notify the teacher when they are having the symptoms like vomiting, diarrhea, jaundice, sore throat with a fever, because this is the communicable disease. It can transmit from one student to the another student. So if you are having the illness, you have to notify your teacher. Now the types of food safety hazards. First, biological. Example, bacteria, parasite, virus, fungi. Next is physical. So many physical things can be there in the food. Broken glasses, screw, stone. Now chemicals, cleaning fluids, insecticides, heavy metals, and allergenic also. Foods sometimes can be allergic, causing allergic reactions like peanut, shellfish, this all. Now these are main two types of foodborne diseases we are talking here. First is E. coli. E. coli is often transmitted through improperly handled or undercooked meat. If you are not cooking the meat properly in the higher temperature for a long time, it will cause the diseases. Improperly canned foods may contain Clostridium botulinum germ. This is the one type of bacteria that can be found in the canned foods, which can lead to the food poisoning known as botulism. So botulism or food poisoning is caused by this bacteria Clostridium botulinum, which is found in the canned food mainly, if the canned foods are not properly sterilized. Now what are the common symptoms? Diarrhea, vomiting, fever, nausea, abdominal cramps, jaundice. Now in this diagram you can see the percentage of the sources of foodborne disease outbreaks. This 52%, this violet portion, is for restaurant. From restaurant, this much infections can spread, foodborne illness. This 18% from home. This 4% is unknown. This yellow 4% is from school. If in the school also you are not maintaining the proper hand washing or the hygienic condition. And this 22% are the other sources. Now, how you can keep yourself safe from the foodborne diseases? First, clean. You have to wash your hands and surfaces properly. Don't cross-contaminate, means you have to separate the raw food from the ready-to-eat food. Chill means you have to refrigerate properly in the lower temperature and cook to the proper temperature to kill the germs. Now next is vector-borne diseases. For that, first we have to talk about the vectors. What are the vectors? A disease vector is any agent which carries and transmits an infectious pathogen from one organism to another living organism. So these are the common types of vectors which can transmit the infectious pathogen from one organism to another organisms. Mainly insects form a major group of pathogen vectors. Examples are mosquitoes, flies, sandflies, lice, fleas, ticks, mites. These are the common vectors transmitting a huge number of pathogens. Many such vectors feed on blood at some or all stages of their lives. When the insects feed on blood, the pathogen enters the bloodstream of the host. During the blood sucking only, they are transferring the pathogen from infected person to the host, means healthy person. Now two types of vectors are there. One is biological vector, another one is mechanical vector. What is biological vector? These are the vectors which not only transport the pathogen but plays a role in the life cycle of the pathogen. So in this type of vector's body, not only pathogen is transmitted from one person to another person or one organism to another organism, inside the vector's body, life cycle of pathogen also is going on. So they are helping in the life cycle of the pathogen also. And what is mechanical vector? The vector which only transport the pathogen. So biological vector not only transport the pathogen, they also plays a role in the life cycle of pathogen, and mechanical vector only transport the pathogen from organism to organism. Now vector-borne diseases. Vector-borne diseases are human illnesses caused by the parasites, viruses and bacteria that are transmitted by vectors. Every year, there are more than 7 lakh deaths from diseases such as malaria, dengue, leishmaniasis, Chagas disease, yellow fever, Japanese encephalitis. These all are the vector-borne diseases. So almost 7 lakh deaths are caused from the vectors every year. Now, there is a table to show the vectors, their diseases and the causative pathogens or the pathogen which they are transmitting. So first vector is mosquito. 3 types of mosquitoes are there: Aedes, Anopheles and Culex. So first is Aedes mosquito. It causes different types of diseases: chikungunya, dengue, lymphatic filariasis, Rift Valley fever, yellow fever. These are the causative pathogens of these corresponding diseases. Next is Anopheles mosquito, which cause lymphatic filariasis, and malaria. Culex mosquito can cause Japanese encephalitis, lymphatic filariasis, West Nile fever. Fleas can cause plague. You know what is plague? That is transmitted from rats to the human and caused by the pathogen bacteria. Next one is tsetse fly. Tsetse fly cause sleeping sickness, African sleeping sickness, which is caused by parasites. So what are the general vector control procedure? First, chemical control. Use of indoor residual spray with insecticides. Insecticides can kill the insects recommended under the program. Use of chemical larvicides. Larvicides can kill the larval stage of the insects, like abate in potable water. Potable water means drinking water. Aerosol space spray during the daytime. Malathion is that one type of aerosol that can form the fog in the air. So malathion fogging during outbreaks. What is the biological control? Use of larvivorous fish, the fishes which can eat the larval stage of the insects. So larvivorous fish in ornamental tanks, fountains, etc. Use of biocides means the agent killing the biological vectors. Now the personal or prophylactic measures that individuals and communities can take up. Use of mosquito repellent creams, liquid, coils, mats. You all are commonly using these things at your home. Screening of houses with vermes. Use of bed nets treated with insecticides, mean mosquito nets. Wearing clothes that cover maximum surface area of the body, which can protect you from the bite of insects. So by that we are ending the topic, that is the mode of transmission of different communicable diseases. Bye and have a good day.